Okay.
Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on the Buffalo Fan Base Network. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What's going on, Mikey? Happy Victory Monday to you and all Bills Mafia.
Victory Monday, the start of a wonderful tradition for the 2024 season.
Yes, it feels so good. We almost didn't get that victory, but we got it.
No, we never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Never in doubt.
Never.
No Hail Murray this time.
Nope.
But he tried. He attempted one.
Didn't make it there. Came up a little short.
Didn't make it there. No D-Hop this time.
No D-Hop.
D-Hop was there, possibly a catch. Just throwing that out there.
We started a little rough, but we finished on the right note.
Yep. I got some people already up in the chat. Jimmy Key, Victory Monday, boys. Damn, real. And yeah, he can play No Limitations. Yep. Love the Flair intro. Gets me every time. Woo! Yeah, I love it too. Mikey's on the fence on it, but it's been a staple of the Mafia Sports Report from the beginning. So the very first intro ever. So it's staying. It's not going anywhere. And I appreciate the ones that do like it. But let's get to, we're going to, tonight, guys, a little different because my dog's very upset. Tonight's a little different because we have a Thursday night game. So we're doing tonight is we're going to be recapping a little bit of the Cardinals Bills game, get our dog awards out, get our good, bad, and ugly out. And then we'll be previewing the Bills Dolphins game, which we normally do on Friday. But since it's a Thursday game, that is going to happen tonight. And Mikey, check the chat in case I'm missing anything. So
yeah, no, we're good.
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's talk a little bit more about the Bills Cardinals from yesterday. I did my stock up, stock down. They had a couple people didn't really necessarily deserve it because it was just the way the game went. They had Dalton Kincaid stock down. What do you feel about that? Dalton Kincaid stock down.
I actually think stock up on Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid played a ton of snaps and he did a lot of blocking and a lot of the dirty work. He didn't show up in the stat column, but he did a bunch of dirty work, clearing things out for guys, doing the blocking, doing a lot of that type of stuff. I wouldn't say stock down. Now, if he was dropping balls or running crappy routes, I might say stock down. But like yesterday, his was just he didn't. They ran two guys over, one underneath, one over the top. They bracketed him a lot, so he didn't get a lot of targets. But he still did all the other dirty work that he needed to do.
I agree. I was with them with it because they had to choose somebody. You know what I mean? So they're going to go with the guy.
Stock downs. If you want to talk stock down players, that
Dalton
Kincaid is not one of them.
No, I agree. I was like whatever with it. I wasn't necessarily like I don't think he did anything like that was drastically bad or anything like that.
I would have put Cybo stock down before I would have put Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, I was with that too. Like I thought his offensive line play was okay, but I thought his penalties were. Is what really hurt him and hurt the team.
His pass blocking was a little shaky. Josh
got a little shaky,
but I thought his run blocking was good. His pass blocking was shaky, and then the penalties hurt us.
The penalties killed us, really. You got to be better than that, especially moving forward. But he didn't get many last year, so I think he'll clean that up. Like Cybo was pretty good with penalties last year. So I think he, he's quick to learn. And I don't think that's going to be something that we need to worry about moving forward, in my opinion. But I will say, like, week one, it's week one. Like, for every team, I feel like they're just a lot of these teams, don't come out the gate smoking hot, right? Like right? They don't come out firing, right? So sometimes it takes a week or 2 or 3. I mean, look at Miami yesterday. It's a prime example. I mean, Miami is an explosive team. They didn't get going until the second half, and it was more about their defense. If ATN doesn't fumble there, we could be talking a different story today. He fumbled right in the end zone. I mean, they would have been up big. The momentum swing, everything would have been right in Jacksonville's favor. So little plays like that could cost you a game, man. And that's what happened to Jacksonville. That's why they lost, in my opinion. That fumble was key for the Dolphins to come back in that game. So, but even, like I said, even their offense kind of got off to a slow start. Even their defense got off to a slow start. And then you saw the second half adjustments, just like the Buffalo Bills made against the Cardinals. I felt like their second half adjustments were spot on.
Hooked up Joe comes in and says, the ball's punched out. He didn't just fumble.
Well, yeah, obviously, right. It's a hell of a running back, but it was a hell of a listen. You got to also give credit to the defense. I'm not shitting on the Dolphins. Like, you got to give credit where credit is due. You guys made a great play, but he shouldn't have fumbled the ball. He was right there. I mean, you got to get in the end zone there. So either way, that was a great play by the Dolphins to turn everything around. Okay. That's a long one. Let's see here. Me and my Hamilton County Special Olympics softball team, we have won our state softball game, and we're back-to-back champions. I am the Hamilton County Special Olympics. All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Look at that. Softball champions, Mikey. Good for you, brother. Jason, our game wasn't necessarily a nail-biter. The Detroit versus Rams game was a nail-biter. Yeah, that was a great game. That was a fun game to watch. Watch that last night. Ours kind of was. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think we made it into that. You're not gonna tell me that when the kick return happened for a touchdown, and then we don't get a first down, we get a field goal instead of a touchdown, and we kick it out of bounds. Like, that is typical Buffalo Bills way to lose football games. Like, you're not gonna tell me that like when you're come on, guys, don't lie. When you're watching that game, or maybe not you, but I'm telling you that at least for me, it was like, this is what the Bills do a lot. Like,
I was annoyed. I wasn't worried. Maybe it's because our defense played so well in the second half. I didn't think that they were going to go down the field and score on us. I really didn't.
But I will say this: they had 2 opportunities. One drop ball, and the other Marvin Harrison Jr. was wide open. That should have been a touchdown if Kyler Murray would have looked up and got the ball there. Now, of course, we could say the same thing with every quarterback, but I'm just saying it was. Trust me when I tell you that is a Buffalo Bills thing to do. Like, kicking it out of bounds, giving them to the 40. Like, we're just giving them field position right off the bat. I'm like, yep. Here we go. Like, right here we go. So I felt like in a way it was a nail biter for me, but it shouldn't have been. Like, our defense really did a hell of a job in the second half. But little plays like that is how you lose a game. Kick return for a touchdown, kicking out of bounds, like little stuff like that. Not calling a timeout when the play clock's running out to regroup, get the third down call right. Like, little stuff like that, guys, is why, like, the Chiefs continue to win, because they get it right. We don't. But we got the dub. That's what matters. Give me 1 minute, Mikey.
I don't know where he went, but let's go back here. Spin talks about it up here. It says Bills could have gotten Kincaid 70 to 100 yards if they were force feeding them. They didn't have to do that. And that's what I think I liked most. And it's what I heard mostly on all the talk shows today was, be careful what you say about Josh and being overrated and, the Bills being, not the Bills of old, because Josh now no longer has someone he has to force feed. He can now just pick who he wants. And if he plays under control like he did yesterday, they're dangerous.
Absolutely. Like, that's what I think that was my biggest takeaway, at least for the offensive side of things, was Joe Brady kept his word on how this offense is going to look. Right? Like listen, we could have came out and played fun ball. Josh Allen threw 40 times in the wind, bad conditions as far as wind goes, and just went away from everything that we said we were going to do, right? Which was more balanced, running, more physical, spreading the ball around, taking what the defense gives us. Like, that's the Joe Brady kind of offense, right? And he stuck to his word. Like, that's exactly what you saw. Now, I think it will get better. I don't think there's going to be a lot of games where Josh Allen throws 23 times. Like, I think the Miami game is going to be different. I think Josh Allen's going to throw more than 23 times, in my opinion. But spreading the ball around, different receivers making, coming up big in different games, like, I definitely can see that happening. 1 week's going to be Shakir, 1 week's going to be Keon Coleman. I mean, someone's going to shine in one of these games, and I felt like a couple players shine in this game. I don't think anyone like wowed me on offense, but I think they were used correctly. Like, I think Khalil Shakir was used perfectly. Like, he did exact. Like, he was Josh Allen's like guy when he needed a big play to happen. Shakir was the guy. Keon Coleman, when we needed a 50-50 ball, he was the guy, right? So everybody was playing their part on offense. Dawson Knox, even, right? Coming up with a big catch. Like, that's what he does sometimes here and there, right? He may have some funky hands from time to time, but he's made those big catches. Like, so I felt like everybody did their part in that victory on offense. Would you agree with that, Mike?
No, I do. I absolutely agree. I'm sorry, I was distracted. I've never seen back-to-back offensive pass interference plays trying to take a touchdown away from the Niners. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And it was like there was a running play and they called offensive pass interference. Never seen that.
Jeez. What's the score over there, by the way?
The Niners are getting ready to score. It's 1st and goal from like the 5. So
okay, they'll probably punch it in.
It's 7-6 still.
No McCaffrey
going
tonight.
No McCaffrey. He's banged up. It's from the 2. 1st and goal from the 2. So going back to what you were saying, I felt very much the same way you felt. Is how they were just doing what they needed to do. Everyone kind of fit in. I would have liked to see a little bit more of Shakir. I would have liked to see a little bit more of Kincaid. But at the end of the day, we really didn't have the ball in the first quarter but one time.
Yeah.
So, we were limited in the first half, really.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff came in the second half when we held the ball. So it's just one of those things. Touchdown 49ers.
There we go. Yeah, you figure that's a 2. I mean, they should punch it in.
Debo out of halfback.
Perfect guy to get it in with no McCaffrey there, because that would have been a McCaffrey touchdown. Let's quick before we go into the good, bad, and ugly and the dog awards. Let's get into some takeaways that Bill's Wire brung out, and we'll go from here. Just kind of see what piggyback from what they got to say. So let's go ahead and dive into that real quick. So,
before you dive into that, Robert comes in and says, Joe Burrow doesn't have his corp of receivers, he's human. I think I've been saying that from get-go. Talking about Joe Burrow.
100%.
Like, he didn't have T, but he still had Chase, and they just looked bad yesterday.
No, 100%. Like, I totally agree with that. He's not the same quarterback. I still don't think he's a terrible quarterback. He's just, I think, a little bit viewed a little bit better. Like, I think people view him as a really, really good quarterback, and I don't view him as that. I view him as I think he's almost, man, I hate saying game manager. Maybe he's slightly better, but what would you consider him?
I think he's in the elite quarterback.
Borderline.
There's the Mahomes tier. Then there's that elite tier that has Josh and a couple of those guys. I think Burrow fits in there with Josh and Lamar and, Burrow. That's kind of the tier I have him in. However, I also never seen him.
I don't know why I had a brain fart there. I was talking about Purdy. I don't know why.
Oh, no, we were talking about Burrow.
All right, I apologize. No, so Burrow, and let me take that back. I still think Burrow is a really, really good quarterback. Yeah. I don't think he's
but he was human yesterday without all his weapons.
Absolutely. But also, let's be real. He's done this before. He's had some bad opening weeks in the past. This is nothing new when it comes to the Bengals and Joe Burrow. let's pump the brakes there on that, because I think Joe Burrow you're going to start seeing the better Joe Burrow at week 2, week 3. That's when he starts to come more around. Actually, week 3, week 4 is when he starts to become, Joe Burrow that we're used to seeing. But I don't know. I don't get it with that Bengals team. They always start really bad. I mean, really bad. Like, I don't think we start off the greatest either, but I think they're bad, like opening week, and they should not have lost that game against the Patriots. I'm sorry. Kudos to the Patriots, but you're at home. You got Jamar Chase playing. So it's not like he's a new wide receiver and you haven't had any reps with him. Like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, they've played together many, many years. And to come out flat like that, it's no excuse, man. That's on coaching too. I got to say, I don't know what kind of game plan they had. I don't know what adjustments they made, but clearly it wasn't good enough.
Yep. Spen comes in and says Allen's in the same tier as Mahomes. It's not even debatable. I think you're wrong. I think it is debatable, and I think a lot of people debate it. Me personally, I think, if you took Mahomes and you put him on the Bills and you took Allen and you put Allen on the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are still as good as they are. But Allen doesn't have the accolades that Mahomes has. And at the end of the day, if you want to go talent-wise, yes. The overall, when it comes down to it, it's not Josh's fault, but he is considered the number 1 quarterback. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think, right now you got to still – Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback. Like, I can't sit here and say otherwise. Even though I love Josh Allen, I think he's the number 2. There's no – in my opinion, there's no question about that. Now, of course, everyone will have their different opinion. I'll respect everyone's opinion. But I look at what a quarterback means to the franchise, means to the team, like everything on and off the field. Josh Allen is that guy, bro. He is that guy. No off-field issues, no drama. Puts his heart and soul, blood, right? Everything, blood, sweat, and tears on the football field, week in, week out. Even when he plays bad, like he's still giving it everything he has. Like, and without Josh Allen on the team, I also look at that. This is not a playoff team, period. No. It's not. Even if you put, let's say, who think of a quarterback, Mikey, a good quarterback, not a great, but put him on our team. What do you think our record is? Name
Baker Mayfield.
Put Baker Mayfield. Great example. Baker Mayfield on a team. We're a 8-win team, maybe 7, 8.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying, throwing that out there. So he means so much to this team. The things he does in that field, not many quarterbacks, if any, can do it. Like, listen, I give credit to Mahomes, but Mahomes is not a dog out there like Allen as far as physicality goes, as far as putting his body on the line. Mahomes is smart. I give him credit. He slides. He ain't trying to take
he doesn't have to do a lot of that stuff.
Exactly. He doesn't have to either.
Exactly. Because of how the offense runs. And exactly. I want to hit this. I didn't say that, or Mahomes is better because he has Super Bowl rings. I said accolades, MVPs, things like that. Now, if you put Josh on the Chiefs, would he have them? Probably, but there's no way to tell. So I'm not saying Trent Dilfer's better than Josh Allen because he has a Super Bowl. Super Bowl is not a QB thing.
That's not.
But when you look overall,
right?
Josh Allen doesn't have any 5,000-yard seasons and 50 touchdowns.
Right. Exactly. You got to look at their accomplishments, what they do on the field. Like, I look at their play. Like, I look at what they do, and not only that, what they do in big moments. Big games. How clutch are they? Patrick Mahomes is about as clutch as you can get, bro. I'm sorry. Like he could be having a bad 3 quarters. And if the game's close, which it usually is because the Chiefs defense keeps them in it, Mahomes is going to find a way to make a play and make things happen and drive down and score that touchdown for the win. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it way too many times. And us as Bills fans seen it. He is clutch when he needs to. When a play needs to be made, Mahomes usually makes it 9 times out of 10. That's what makes him special. And I think Josh Allen is close to that. He's getting there, but he's just slightly off. I don't think it's
I don't think it's Allen. I really don't. I think it's what's around him.
It's
the
possible.
Coaching staff and the system and those type of things. You know, at the end of the day, Allen has walked off the field with 13 seconds and had him beat, and it got choked away. It wasn't on Allen.
I give you that. I give you that.
I think Spin is taking what I'm saying a little wrong. I'm not here to, debate and stick up for Patrick Mahomes. I told you how I felt. It's an opinion. Feel how you want to feel. Let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know. I stuck to my quarterback tier. I
love Allen. Allen is number 2. I don't see why
for now
crap on one to write up the other.
And that can change, by the way. Like, this is not like set in stone, right? And that's nothing to be like, oh, I can't believe he's number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
we're splitting hairs here. These guys are elite.
Right, exactly.
If you're putting,
it's not like we're talking about, right? Like, I don't know, Lamar Jackson, because I don't think Lamar's in that category.
I think that's what he used as his example. So since Lamar has 2 MVPs, he's better than Josh. No. See, I don't buy into the MVP thing either. I said the difference between Allen and Mahomes is the accolades. That's the difference between the two.
Yeah, that, and I still think like there's the moments, man. I think but you might be right in that he's in the perfect system for those moments to happen. Okay. I get you I understand where you're going with that too. Like he has the coach to put him in those moments to make the moments happen as well, right?
Yeah.
And I get that. Like I'm with you there as well. But unfortunately we don't, and I haven't seen, you know what I mean? We haven't seen enough of that because we don't. So I am 1,000% on board. If you want to put them in the same tier, that's absolutely okay. But you can't say it's not debatable because people debate it all day long. I think they're the same tier.
Like the league says Josh is the 4th best quarterback.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So you can't say it's not debatable because it is. At the end of the day, everyone has their own opinions on things. That's all I was saying.
Yep. All right, let's get to this and we'll move on. But great conversation.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love stuff like that. Slow
Me
start.
Because you get to love on your guy. You don't have to crap on one to love the other.
Yep. The Bills had the same problem when Ken Dorsey was previously their offensive coordinator, but this was really a whole team effort. Buffalo's offense and defense did not look good early and really for most of the first half. If it wasn't for a late rushing touchdown from quarterback Josh Allen, it could have been 17-3 at halftime. The numbers show it. Arizona held time of possession 12 minutes, 37 seconds to 2 minutes, 23 seconds for the Bills in the first quarter. Yikes. Yards were even uglier for the Bills as the Cards had 119 to Buffalo 16. That will need to change. Mikey?
I think that was really rude to say of Joe Brady. Joe Brady didn't fumble the football. Joe Brady called the plays that got us on that side of the field, and then Josh made a boneheaded play. At the end of the day, to say the same thing happened under, Dorsey is a shot at Brady. That wasn't on Brady. And we moved the ball all day long. Brady was fantastic.
What's funny? Yeah, I agree. I will say the defense. Now we're going to talk about the defense. I thought the defense really started slow. It started poorly. I thought Arizona did what they wanted in the first half. I thought we had no answer for Kyler Murray in the first half. Zero. He was doing what he wanted. He was looking good. They put him on the sideline. He was so calm and cool. I'm like, damn, we gotta rattle this guy because he just looks so calm, bro, over on the sideline. We got this. And I'm like, this is not the Bills defense that I expected. The offense, however, you are right. You were 100% right because the first drive, we were going back, texting you and me, Mike, and I'm like, this is great. This is exactly what we wanted to see. They're driving down the field, running. Mm-hmm. Everything was great. Everything was going good in motion. And then you had a mistake by Josh Allen, and that's going to happen from time to time. It was definitely on him. He owned it. But he learned from it, bounced back, and we got our act together. And that, let me tell you, that touchdown before half was huge. That was huge because we had the ball. We got the ball back in the second half, and we wound up scoring right away. So it was 14-point swing just like that. It was a momentum swing is what it was.
Yeah.
So that if we don't score a touchdown there, it could have been a different story. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, it wasn't even just that. We had a touchdown taken off the board because of a penalty. On top of that, So, it could have been
right.
21 at halftime.
Yep, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I totally forgot about that. Yep.
Because, I wouldn't say that they started super slow. Really, what happened was our defense started super slow.
Yeah.
And couldn't get off the field, which allowed them the time of possession. I would not put that on our offense at all.
No, I thought our offense moved fine. It just was a couple boneheaded mistakes early on.
Yep.
That kept us from getting in the end zone.
Yep.
But that's sometimes that's a win or a loss, right? That's what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he said they started slow. The offense didn't start slow.
No, I don't agree with that too. I thought I'm with you there. I think the offense was fine except for some boneheaded plays
Penalties
that will cost you.
Yes.
Yeah. Drive killers or taking points off the board, But yeah, I'm with you there. So we'll disagree on Bill's Wire assessment of that. But the defensive side of it we'll agree with.
Spin calls it. We punted twice the entire game. Hard to put that on the offense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The first one wasn't until the second half.
I'm with you. I think they're wrong about the offense or right about the defense in the first half.
Yes, the defense will start off very slow. And normally we start off slow. If they go down and drive and they score, we hold them to a field goal or whatever, and then we make adjustments. Like it took us till halftime to make the adjustments.
It did, but thank God it happened.
Yeah,
thank God it happened. Let's get to the next one. Allen on the ground. Allen on the ground will not be denied. The Bills quarterback rushed in 2 scores and had a third that was called off by a penalty, which we were just talking about. Buffalo's quarterback did have a fumble early against the Cardinals, which he has to clean up. But his ability to rush the ball was on full display in week 1. Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I want to see from Allen. He took off when he needed to. For the most part, he was careful with his runs.
Yeah.
The goal line, I don't blame him for that. Honestly, go for it, Josh.
Right?
Throw your body around. I get that part. You are bigger than most of these corners. You are bigger than all the corners, and you're bigger than some linebackers. So I don't mind certain situations where he's going to use his body, to get the extra yard or a touchdown.
I don't want to see him running 8 times a game. 2 or 3 is fine. Get the first down, get the touchdown, fine. But some of these quarterback powers for short yardage, I'm not a fan of that. Let's use some of our running backs for that stuff.
I agree. Ray Davis. You
especially early in the season. We don't need Josh being beat up by the time we get to week 16.
Especially now with his hand, I think they're going to definitely limit that, bro. I think they're going to have to, because you don't think that teams are going to kind of be trying to tackle a little bit more on that side of his arm where his hand is, like left hand. You don't think they're going to try to take a little bit of extra shots?
Oh, God, they're going to be swiping at it and all kinds of stuff.
Right, absolutely. So just throwing that out there. All right, let's get to another one here. Special teams, good and bad. And there's our good old head coach, Sean McDermott. The return game was good and very bad for the Bills. Brandon Cotterton arrived to Buffalo late in the offseason in a trade with the Jets. He proved his worth quickly, returning a kickoff 53 yards. Then the Bills kept the Cardinals alive. DJ Dallas returned a kickoff to the house for a touchdown right after a Bills score. Arizona attacked on a 2-point conversion to bring the fourth quarter score to 31-28. Buffalo head coach Sean McDermott would not be happy about making it so easy for Arizona in that moment. What's your thoughts on that? I know you have thoughts on these special teams.
I hate Matthew Smiley.
You know what somebody called him today?
What?
In our chat and it commented to me? Matthew Frowny. I love it.
Frowny? Yeah, he makes me frown. I thought Cottington was really good.
I did too.
I thought Bass did his job when he was kicking the field goals and extra points. All the return crap or the coverage crap were horrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
Terrible.
The kickoff by Bass was
terrible. The coverage, missed tackles, it was bad.
It was bad. Yeah, bad all around.
It was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with our special teams.
Yeah. And you practice it all off. What are you doing?
You
that and the kickoff
guys strictly for special teams.
Exactly.
And
that's still
and
McDermott preaches to special teams, and yet we seem to be one of the worst.
Yeah.
So, all right. Next up, Rousseau breakout coming. Greg Rousseau might be en route to a career year. Let's pump the brakes a bit for what a start for him. Rousseau had 3 sacks, none bigger than his strip of Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, which eventually led to Buffalo taking their first lead of the game. A massive play, not to mention Rousseau tacking on 3 tackles for a loss too. Those are franchise player numbers. What do you think?
They are franchise player numbers. I think we talked about this coming into the year. We thought this was going to be his breakout season, that he gets the double digits and becomes that guy. He has all the traits. We've been saying that from day one.
Yeah.
Like, when he's been, bringing him along a little bit. Last year, he played with a fractured foot all year. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And he still had, 7 sacks, 8 sacks, something like that.
No, he still played very well.
Yeah, he still played very well. Now you see a healthy Groot, and I think he's going to get that double-digit sacks, and I think he's going to turn into that monster that we need on our D-line. He has all the potential in the world, man.
And the Bills are gonna have to pay.
And I will happily give him all the Bagula bucks, as Greg likes to call it. Give him all the Bagula bucks.
Yep. And I hope Rousseau also helps us out a little bit. I know he's gonna want his money, but I hope he somewhat works with the team a little bit, considering we did draft him, considering he was kind of a project in a way, and we kind of built him up to where he's becoming. I mean, I think that's fair to say, because Rousseau, we all know, started late in college as an edge. He was initially, I think, a tight end, a receiver.
Safety in high school.
Yeah, played 1 season for Miami, had 15.5 sacks, and then missed a second, and we drafted him. Like, we kind of took a chance a little bit on him for a guy that was really raw at his position, but had all the talent to become something special, and you're starting to see that now. So. I think Rousseau. I don't think he continue. I don't think he'll have 3 sacks every game, but I definitely can see him having 10+ sacks this year for sure.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to be closer to 12 to 15 personally.
Nice. I like it.
And I don't think he takes money. Less money. I think it's the way that he allows them to structure his deal.
Yep.
No Hail. We're going to see the difference.
No Hail Murray this time. The Bills have plenty to fix. Penalties were a problem, and as noted, those were directly felt on the scoreboard. Regardless, Buffalo got the job done throughout the second half, in particular right at the end. We've seen Murray throw a prayer up against the Bills, and this time the defense held strong. No Hail Murray in 2024. Thank God for that. we didn't.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that other than the right.
You're right. We definitely didn't need another one of those, and thank God. And by the way, too, I want to shout out, and I said it yesterday, I thought the refs, except for the 2 plays, one on both sides, did a really good job. I really felt like they let it play on. They didn't call ticky-tacky fouls for the most part. There was only 2. There was the one on Ingram that shouldn't have been a roughing the passer, and there was one against Arizona that I felt shouldn't have been a roughing the passer either. So other than that, I felt like it was a clean game. I mean, on both sides, for the rest, for both sides, for both teams. So shout out to them, because I felt like that was a clean game. But yeah, let's get to some dog awards, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Or do you want to do the good, bad, and ugly?
Let's do the good, bad, and ugly. We'll start.
All right, let's do the good, bad, and ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
All right, we're going to start with our defense, because we were just talking about Groot. Our defensive line did fantastic. They stopped the run. They got to the quarterback in the second half, and they closed. It was one of our keys to the game. The good was absolutely, our pass rush and our, I thought our run fits were really good. Outside of 2 big runs, one by Kyler Murray who got away, and then I think there was a 20-yard run by Connor. Outside of that, I mean, they held Connor to 50-something yards. They did a great job.
Very good job. Yep.
I was really impressed with that. Flipping on over, let's go to Josh Allen, obviously. The passing game. The running game, the offense as a whole was really good. We had 33 runs to 23 passes. We ran for 130 yards, I think it was, or 124 yards, or I think it was 130 yards. James Cook had 19 for 71. It was great. Great pass, great run blocking. Pass blocking was a little suspect. A lot of penalties in the pass blocking. And we'll get to the penalties. And then Josh Allen being the stud that he is, was good. And then the last good I wanted to talk about was around Cam Lewis. Cam Lewis came in when Tron went down and played fantastic.
You mentioned that.
gotta call him out by
Absolutely.
name. Like he played his ass off in the slot. People forget Cam actually beat Tron out for the slot job a few years back.
He did.
And then he got hurt. Tron came back in and had that pick 6 in the playoffs and never looked back and became an all-pro.
Then he got his extension the next year, I think it was. Yep.
So, at the end of the day, I got to give him credit. The bad, Josh Allen's turnover. Can't do that, especially early in the game. We were on their side. If Josh can limit, and he did, he went back and he limited. There was just one turnover for the game. But if he can get rid of those one boneheaded play, like he's gonna have a fantastic year.
Yep.
Other bads are special teams. The kickoff return or kickoff coverage team, bad. Yep. Matthew Smiley, bad. And then ugly penalties and injuries. Penalties killed us yesterday across the board.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Rapp with his friendly fire again. And I mean, this time at least he hit the guy. Last year he completely missed the guy and took us out. At least he hit the guy this year, but it ended up hurting Tron.
It just seems like he's always the one involved lately. These friendly fire injuries, and Tehran's like that. McDermott came out today and said, "We'll see." Like it's. I have a feeling it's going to be a 4 to 6 week thing, guys. Like I could be wrong, but it's definitely something. It could be a fracture. I mean, something happened there that's not. And he also said something like they're going to have to get second opinions or something like that. So it's never good when you say something like that. Or so I don't know. I feel like it's not. It's not.
They're still researching.
Which
that means
is odd.
That means that's not a normal injury.
Right.
Whatever happened. Like that's what they said about Milano last year, remember? And Milano's wasn't a normal fracture.
You're right. Yeah.
They say it's not a normal injury.
Let's just hope for the best that he can at least come back this year, guys. Because listen, Cam Lewis did a great job yesterday, and I will say we'll really know Thursday how Cam Lewis plays. So, but we still need Teron Johnson. Like we need Teron Johnson. So just like we need Matt Milano, right? Like it makes a world of difference when they're all pro
players, of course.
They're all exactly. So we got to really hope Teron's not out for the season. That this is something that Cam Lewis can continue to play like he did Sunday while he's filling in for Teron. But yeah, man, Rapp needs a slow down, but
play a little. I mean, he was, and he did a good job of not, going reckless abandon on yesterday, but still, Tron got caught up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It always seems to be when Rapp comes too. Like you don't see that
comes in like players. A missile too, bro.
He just, he does.
He really
like does. Last year, he played out of control. At least this year, he was under control and hit the guy. He just happened to have his arm.
Yeah.
Like Milano happened to hit somebody's leg as he was wrapping up a tackling dummy and it popped. Like bad luck.
If it happens, it happens to Buffalo. It seems like lately.
Yeah, bad luck, man.
That happens.
Shit happens.
I don't know.
So we'll have to see how that plays out. So, all right, you want to move to the dog awards?
Yeah, let's get to the dog awards, man. Go ahead.
I'm going to start with Greg Rousseau. When you got 3 sacks, you sit at the top of my list from a dog awards.
Yeah,
you had 3 sacks, 3 tackle for losses too. So it wasn't just the pass rush. He also did a great job against the run.
Here's an update for the score, by the way, 16-7 49ers.
Okay. Halftime.
Yep. All right, so Greg Rousseau for sure. Dog. Yep. I'm going to go Josh Allen second. Of course, the obvious.
4 touchdowns. How you not?
The obvious. Dog. The guy is everything. The guy is is Buffalo, man. He is everything you want in a quarterback. That dude is phenomenal. I just block out any of the BS that's out there that's said about Josh Allen because it's such bullshit. We know our quarterback, and people who know football know the deal. So yeah, he gets my dog award.
My next one will go to Khalil Shakir. His contact balance is just stupid, ridiculous.
Yeah,
like he bounced off another guy and picked up a first down. He landed on a guy and did some sort of weird backflip to get the ball in.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro. How he positioned. I mean, and he knew where he was. It was weird how he did that. It was just like
he didn't get a bunch of stuff, but I mean,
the bounce off was even crazy. I mean,
he did that shit a bunch last year too, guys. You have to wrap up on him. You can't just hit him to take him down. His contact balance is fantastic.
It's unbelievable. I'm gonna go James Cook. Yeah, I've been not that I've been dogging on James Cook, but y'all know my feelings about James Cook. I think he's a good running back. I just don't think he's well rounded. I don't think he's like dynamic, but I thought he hit the holes good. I thought his vision was good, and he made plays yesterday. So we need more of that moving forward. We need that to continue. So yeah, shout out to James Cook. He provided a lot of offense for us Sunday.
I'm gonna finish my offense piece out, and I'm gonna say Keon Coleman. She showed what he was supposed to do when we brought him here. He was 4 or 5, and the one that he didn't catch was because it's just a horrible ball by Josh. And that 50-50 ball down the sideline that he caught late in the game was clutch. And it's what we brought him here for.
Yep. Contested catches, man. Guy draped all over him. He knew how to position his body, which he did really well in college. Boxed him out. That's what he does. Basketball, man. So, and he also gets that from basketball. So that was a big reason why I loved him coming out of college. Like when I did that video on him, I'm like, man, you can't. There's no better player coming out of college that can do that. And I'm not saying there weren't better receivers coming out. I'm just saying that can provide that, right? Those 50-50 balls, those contested catches. I think he's the best coming out of college this season. So we needed that. That's one thing the Bills haven't had since we drafted Josh Allen. We just haven't had it. And now we have that guy. So, for sure. You got to see a little bit of taste. You got a little taste of what Keon Coleman is going to bring to this offense. So, Doug.
And before you move on, I'm going to add one more on offense.
Sure.
Deion Dawkins. Did you see him out in front on that Shakir screen?
Oh, my God.
He launched that dude.
Oh, my God.
And Deion's always a dog. So, I just got to throw that out there. Give him the love.
Yeah, no. I'm with you. All right, let's get to the defense side. Defense side. I'll start with you because I know who you're going to go with. Go for it.
Vaughn. I'm going Vaughn.
Yeah.
He had multiple pressures and he got himself a sack, and his sack was disgusting. He lifted he baited the guy all game long, going around. He went to set as him going around, and he went right up and threw him, pushed him right into Kyler. Kyler tripped over him, and then he just touched him down. It was a vintage Vaughn.
Yeah, it was great to see, man. Great to see. I also think that's another player that, as the season goes on, you're going to see
better and better,
get a little bit better, but I was happy to see him get that back. Also, too, mentally. I know he's a vet, I get all that, but mentally, I know it was in his head that, damn, I need a sack to get over this, right?
Because he didn't get one last year,
right?
At all.
So it's like a mental hurdle that I feel like he got over, and I think that we're going to see better Vaughn moving forward, even better Vaughn. So I'm with you, dog. I'm going to go with, and of course, we all know Greg Rousseau, right? We have to, right? Obviously, Greg Rousseau, dog. Tackling, run defense, pass defense, sack strip. On that
sack fumble,
sack strip, right? guy was just beast mode out there in the second half. Just unbelievable. Like, that's what I expected to see from this defense. This, getting after the quarterback and finishing, right? Getting to there, not just pressuring, but finishing the job. And that's what Gregory Rousseau did. And he did it very well with the turnover. That was key in that game. So for sure, dog.
I'm going to go with two guys here. And I'm going with Rousseau Douglas and Christian Benford as they lock down their wide receivers. Their wide receivers, the slot had 6 for 47. Michael Wilson had 1 for 5, and Marvin Harrison had 1 for 4. Those are their outside guys. Those two guys locked down their wide receivers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you.
They don't show up in the stats, but it shows up in the stats.
Yeah, it doesn't need to. Yeah. No turnover, no interceptions, but they play physical. When they got beat, they got on the ball. They made a play on the ball, which is all I asked for. Listen, Trey White, he lived off that when he was here. He not always got beat, but he always got back in on the play to make something happen. The technique of it. Yeah. So I feel like Christian Benford and Rousseau Douglas did a great job for sure. And Cam Lewis as well.
Yeah, you can throw Cam in there. And really, you could probably sneakily throw Ingram in there for a better second half. Yeah, for the better second half, and not being prepared or even, thought of as that position. You know, like he wasn't supposed to play, dime defense, third safety. Like that was supposed to be Cam. And then his number got called because Cam got thrust into, slot duty. He had to go, do something he didn't work on. And gotta give him credit for that.
I'm gonna throw a name out there for you.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with dog wars, because we're gonna continue this, but Hardy. Now that Teron's out, you feel like Hardy's gonna be called up from practice squad?
No.
Okay. Just a question, because I saw that thrown out there today.
I would love it
on X.
But I would love it, but I think you're gonna see, because I don't think they're gonna put him on IR. I think you're gonna see Bishop probably activated as the another safety.
I got you. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if they trust him yet. But
he also doesn't play the slot as much as he plays outside.
No, I get that. Yeah, I'm with you. I was just throwing it out there because I saw it on X today. Who else? You know who I'm going to give a dog award to? Bobby Babbage.
Love it.
Because the second half he adjusted. I was worried about the first half because I didn't see much from our defense. I felt like they just, like I said, they had no answer. It's looking at Kyle Murray on the sideline, just calm and cool and not even really sweating. It just was like he was in control in the first half, and I was like, we need to change that. And Babbage, whatever he did, whatever he adjusted to in the second half, which seemed like more pressure even motivation for the guys to get after him better, it worked. It worked because they collapsed the pocket a lot better than they did in the first half. And they got to Saxon. I thought Daquan Jones played better in the second half. Ed Oliver, not really. I didn't see much of Ed Oliver.
Ed Oliver was doubled almost the whole game and been held.
Yeah, no stat line for him, but I think I think that's rare. I think Ed Oliver will bounce back from that as well. Yeah. He'll make some big plays this year for us as well. I trust Ed Oliver. But either way, I thought our defensive line did a much better job getting to Murray, making him scramble, getting sacks, making him force the ball, throw the ball away. And that's what really honestly got us back into the game because they only scored 3 points, guys, in the second half. It was the kick return that screwed us. So I kudos to Babbage for not folding, for understanding he had to do adjustments and get the guys motivated to play a much better second half. So kudos to him.
Even if McDermott was part of those adjustments, kudos to him for deploying.
Yeah, him too. Yeah.
Know what else I loved? In that last drive, he wasn't scared to send people. He sent blitzes on him. And I love that he didn't play it safe. He let his guys go out there and play. Like we played so much soft zone in the past when the game was on the line and we got beat by it. Bobby Babbage didn't do that. He sent pressure.
Yeah, which I love.
I'm going to stay with the coaches, and I'm going to go Joe Brady. And the reason why I'm going to go Joe Brady is because his ability to get Josh to buy in, to not having to throw it deep. He threw one deep ball yesterday. That was it. He lived in the intermediate to short, and he didn't look like he got bored at all. His ability to connect with Josh on that level to make him understand that type of football will only make things better for him is awesome.
Absolutely. The proof is in the pudding. You don't need to. We scored 34 points, guys. That's not like a low-scoring game. You don't need to bomb it out every time and make big splash plays, to have a great offense. Like it doesn't need to be. You could still do what we did yesterday, and we came out with we should have more points if we didn't have the blunders in the first half. So really, we could have had 40 points, over 40 points. But either way, I think Josh Allen, like I said, I think he's buying into it. I think he's understanding it better, that you don't need to make those kind of plays all the time to put points on the board. They will come. And it proved, like I said, it showed.
Even when we got knocked back, right? Josh didn't try to go for the home run ball. He just stayed with it, and we ended up getting first downs off of 1st and 20.
Yep.
And
what he didn't do either? He didn't just chuck the ball downfield like he did last year.
Nope.
The interceptions that were punts, supposed. I don't do that. That was another thing too last year that he did. That was kind of new for Josh Allen. I don't know who told him to do that, which is chuck it down the field and hope for the best, because
give 50-50 balls to guys.
And it didn't work out. Gabe Davis was never going to win it. Yeah. It was just, I never liked it. And I didn't see any of that yesterday. So, I loved it, man.
Jason Knox's run after catch was nice yesterday too. It was nice to see him get involved early.
Yeah.
But that ends my dog awards.
All right. So that's it for the dog awards, man. Now, because we are 50 minutes in, we're going to preview the game. We're going to preview the game this Thursday. Miami Dolphins, Buffalo traveling to Miami. Thursday night game. So we're not in this, crazy heat of Miami. But we're still going to their home field, which is really 50-50 because all Bills Mafia shows rain.
Up. It says rain.
It does say rain. Okay. So it's going to rain. It's going to be,
as of today, it shows rain.
Yeah. We'll see how it is. I live in Miami. Yeah. It can, but it won't shock me though. Miami, it does. Yeah. But either way, Bills Mafia normally shows up to Miami. So I expect a good crowd there and a lot of Bills Mafia representing. So that's always good. But
on a primetime game, hell yes.
On a primetime game. Yep. So let's talk about them. I felt like they started slow as well Sunday, the Dolphins.
They did.
Of course, Tyreek Hill was 80-yard touchdown bomb, right? Right. These are the things that we have to eliminate. And I feel like we've done a good job against the Dolphins in that category, with big plays like that, big splash plays. What's our keys, Mikey, to victory against the Dolphins?
The keys starts with containing the wide receivers. So you play your two deep, you flare your linebackers to bracket them. We have a really good defensive system against them, and it's worked. You know what I mean? The real keys are going to be our two safeties. Can they stay deep and not get sucked up? Because they're going to try to run the ball. Now, A-Chain's hurt. He has a ankle/hamstring issue. They got banged up at the end. So we don't know if he'll be there. But at the end of the day, they still have Wright and they still have Mostert. So, let the front manage the run and stay, stay in your lanes. And then obviously do our bracket coverage that seems to work really well against them. And at the end of the day, it's all about getting to Tua. If you can rattle Tua early, he struggles.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. And playing physical at the line with the receivers, jam them up, throw them off their timing. That's everything. I feel like that is the key in beating Miami, is being physical with the receivers. Throw Tua off their timing. We've done it well in the past. You see what happens when he's the timing is off. Tua throws interceptions. So
Double
yeah,
clutch,
I think I think you
sacks.
got it exactly. Get pressure on them, be physical with the receivers, and I think we'll be all right as far as that goes.
Make Tua go through his progressions. Don't give him that first option.
Yes. The screen game, please, Buffalo. Figure it out because we still struggle on screen
because we're always trying to sack the guy.
Like, yes, it's like we over pursue
all the time.
All the time. It's like, guys, man, and they kill us on those plays every time. And I'm gonna tell you, they're fast, bro. They will take it to the house if we make that mistake.
Yep.
You gotta stay in your lanes. You gotta not over pursue.
And then tackling when they do catch the ball.
Yes. I agree.
We have to tackle better than we did last week.
100%. I am with you on that because this is not the team that you want to be missing tackles with. They will take it to the house. They got the speed.
They will. They absolutely will.
They absolutely will. So that's on the defensive side. Offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Bills? What's your takeaways for the offense?
I need the Bills to do what they did last week. And what at the end of the day, come out and spread the ball out, run the ball. Pass protect, Josh to play within himself. You don't need to get overhyped and start chucking the ball around. Just take what the defense gives you because the defense will give you something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would like to see us be a little bit more creative because Brady ran on first down so much because it was working. It was working. It's the reason why he did it. I'd like to see, maybe we see Samuel in the backfield a little bit of jet sweeps. I'd like to see a little bit more creativity around it. But at the end of the day, just stay patient and run your offense. And I think we're going to be fine.
I got something to throw at you because I just thought of this. Do you think Curtis Samuel, because I remember I was saying I didn't think he was used how I thought he was going to be used week one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the turf toe?
It could be. Give him a little bit more time.
Yeah. I kind of, I totally forgot about that when we did our post game. And I don't know why it just popped in my head now, but it might have been a reason. They might kind of be limiting Curtis Samuel because I didn't even really see him on the field a lot. I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like he didn't have a lot. He wasn't out there a ton. But that could be something they're just trying to because I know that he was questionable really going into that game. And then he wanted up playing, but it has to be that is one of those lingering injuries that take a little while to heal. Mm-hmm. So it's possible that's why they didn't overuse him in the offense. So I'm curious what they do on Thursday with him against the Dolphins because I think
he didn't have a lot of snaps. They went through the snap count and he didn't have a lot of snaps. And they could have been just working him back into the office. And he may not have a ton of snaps this week either. They might still just slowly be working him back in. I'd like to see him used a little bit better, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I also want to see the running game continue. The Dolphins don't really play the run that great. ATN, they did a good job on the ground if it wasn't for the fumble.
Bigsby had 12 for 73. His long was 26. ETN had 12 for 44. His long was 11. They had 26 for too. They ran for 4.9.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. No. That's actually, and I feel like we can do the same. I feel like our offensive line is
better than the offensive line.
It's gotten way better as So I want to see, especially if it does rain, you definitely got to run the ball a little bit more than what you probably want to. But I felt like if we stick to the same game plan or at least similar, I think we'll be okay versus Dolphins as far as just take what the defense gives you. Don't do anything crazy. Use your running backs. But I'm with you on you don't need to run James Cook on every first down. Don't make it so obvious.
Yeah.
What we're doing. Yeah, don't be so predictable. Because defensive coordinators, they will eventually figure that shit out real quick, and they will jam you up. So other than that, I think Joe Brady will learn. I think Joe Brady too. I want to say this about Joe Brady. I think Joe Brady is also kind of learning on the job a little bit as far as being an offensive coordinator. I know he's done it before, but I'm talking about at the pro level, NFL level. I think as the weeks go on and as he starts to see these different defensive, coordinators, and I think he'll get better and better. He'll understand a little bit more. He'll also understand how defenses are wanting to play against us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to learn a lot. I think Joe Brady's going to get better. But I was happy with what I saw week 1. But I think we can see better from him, in my opinion.
I don't know if it's so much that he needs to learn more. I think he just needs to understand the guys he has more. The longer they're with together, I think he's going to understand his personnel and be able to deploy it better.
That's fair.
I think because what he did in college and then what he did in Carolina, so he has experience. And granted, it's still
Not long,
you always grow. You're always
yeah.
growing. You're always, I mean, you're always growing. You know, he only has, 3 years of OC experience, really.
Right. That's nothing.
That's not a lot. So he's still a young OC.
Yeah. And he didn't stay with the team long. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I'm just saying, what I'm saying is I just feel like you're right, though. He's going to have to, I think as the weeks go on, he's going to understand his personnel better and what he's getting out of each guy, strengths, weaknesses. That's something Ken Dorsey didn't do well. I think Joe Brady did that well last year. I think he'll continue to get better at that. But I still think, like I said, he'll start to understand defensive coordinators, what they're trying to do against us. And I think he'll get better at that, in my opinion. And you saw that. That's a great example. You saw that in the first half, really, even though he was moving the ball well. I felt like the second half was even better for the offense.
No, I'm with you on that.
He did do some slight adjustments from the first to the second half. So,
started scheming guys open. He saw how they were playing us and what they were taking away. So he made a few adjustments, and guys were open. It was easy reads for Josh, and that's what we've been talking about. By the way, the 49ers just scored again. It's now 23-7.
Oh, I mean, it's still close, but the Jets better bounce back.
I mean, the Jets defense does not look as formidable as they have. Yeah. The Niners are doing whatever they want
without Christian McCaffrey.
Yep. Mason just ran for his second touchdown.
Jeez Louise. Well, that's the Jets' problem. Yeah, man. I told you guys.
Dan, you felt our offense was sloppy? I didn't find our offense sloppy at all. I think our penalties killed us, if you want to call that sloppy, yes. But the offense is, like, overall, I thought played very well yesterday. We scored 34 points with not touching the ball but 3 times in the first half.
Yeah. So Dan, go I don't know if you can, but if you have a way to watch the game over, if you have time or you want to or whatever, if you really go back and watch that game from the beginning to the end,
is the pre-snap penalties he's calling sloppy.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say, they moved the ball very well. It was just boneheaded. Yeah, it was boneheaded mistakes that are drive killers or takes points off the board. I mean, we said it before. Allen would have had a touchdown if Osiris Torrance didn't face mask somebody.
We would have had more points if Josh didn't fumble.
Yeah, it was so blatant. Yeah, and then Josh Allen getting a little bit careless with the ball, and he had a guy, and it happens. We can't kill him for every, one mistake. It's going to happen. I'm sure was kicking himself after the game for that. And I'm sure other players were too, right? Like, I'm sure Babbage was, Joe Brady was. I bet you
Murray was kicking himself from missing Marvin Harrison.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But
the guy that dropped the ball for him early.
Yeah,
I forget the player's name, but Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
will say that Bobby Babbage pressure is the reason why he didn't see him, because it flushed him the other way.
True. Got him. Got his eyes rolling around.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with you. It
was awesome
on that.
But yeah, I'm with you, Dan, on the fact of those pre-snap penalties. You can't do that against really good teams. That means you can't do that against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You can't give them, the extra first downs. You can't give them, us going 1st and 20. Good teams will take advantage of that and beat you.
Yeah. Like Osiris Thorne, like the one play that sticks out on him too was when Allen, and by the way, I don't know what it is, but it's just not Torrance. He's done this multiple times, and it's not Allen's fault. It's the offensive line where Allen will go to the line and try to draw the team off sides with hard counts, and our line will jump. And it's like, dude, come on, man. You know the count. Like, what are you doing? Like, so Osiris Torrance jumped on it, and boom, 5-yard penalty. I mean,
and it wasn't just like Torrance.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't just Dorn. Dawkins, I believe, jumped as well. Or
Brown got one.
Spencer got one. Yeah. So it's like, guys, come on, man. You've been with Allen a while. Osiris is your second year. You gotta learn. Gotta be better than that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was looking at the
I'm looking
at the Jacksonville Miami game, and Miami had 9 for 103 too, so they were just as rusty as us.
Absolutely. I felt around the league.
Yeah.
In general,
a lot
besides
of
a few teams,
stupid penalties, or a lot of lining up wrong, illegal formations. There was I think they counted. There was 38 illegal formation calls this weekend.
Yeah, it was just, but that's the first week, guys. That's why I don't get too bent out of shape on how. But I ultimately look back, Mikey, on our scores since 2018. I was very curious on how we played. First week, and this is probably I think our second best scoring output. I could be wrong, but I think it's our second best behind the Rams game in 2022. I believe that was. But we generally don't have good. We start slow. Yeah. We normally start slow, even if we win. They're not high scoring games,
and we did.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there. Week 1 is I think for a lot of teams is a little bit of rust, a little bit of sloppiness. You just kind of got to get in the feel with your new offensive players or defensive players. So I'm just glad we came out with the win, even though it was a little sloppy at times. We didn't have the greatest first half, but now we go to Miami. We're 1-0 going against Miami, who's 1-0. A division game, very important. You want to win your division game. So, Mikey, how do you see this game unfolding? Give me.
Are we doing the score right now?
We've been an hour. Okay. By the way, real quick before we get in that, sorry I didn't cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. We got 1,100 people in here. Heads up, man. We always forget to say it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This way you know when we're live, so we don't always have to tell you if we forget to tell you, whatever. And if you're on Twitter, X watching us, because a lot of people right now are on X watching us, go to Mafia Sports Report on YouTube. Subscribe. Because we put out content almost daily. I mean, pretty much daily. We go live. What do we go live? 5-6 times a week, it seems like. So we're constantly putting stuff out there for you guys. So go and subscribe. Give us, show us the support and love. And that's it. So go ahead. Let's move on. Go ahead. Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Rodgers was just picked.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers picked the.
I mean, really, it was just a good break up on the ball that got tipped to another guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, man, sometimes, teams look great on paper, but
like my uncle.
Yeah, I
know. Yeah. So ultimately, I think it's gonna sit somewhere like 31-24. 27, 24. I think it's gonna be close. I don't think we're gonna run away with it. Yeah. It's week 2, so win, lose, or draw. It's still early. I just think we're gonna go down. I think it's especially with us playing with so many guys down. We know Smoot already ruled out. No Teron already ruled out. You know what I mean? So we still have some of those. So I'm guessing that it's going to be a close scoring game. I'll go 31-27.
Close. But that's fair, man. In Miami and everything. I'm going to go
27-24.
I'm going to go 30. I'm going to go 34-24 Buffalo.
10. Okay.
34-24 Buffalo. I think from what I saw last week or Sunday, but Miami was at home against Jacksonville, started off slow. And like I said, I feel like also McDermott really understands the Dolphins offense. And we've played relatively well against Miami. I'm not saying they haven't scored on us or anything like that, but I feel like we understand their offense and we understand what we need to do to control it. We're not giving up, 30 something points against the Dolphins. They're making these huge plays at Tyreek Hill and Waddle. So I do feel like McDermott has a solution for McDaniel's system, at least to slow it down some. You're not gonna stop it, right?
Yeah.
They're going to score points, but I feel like McDermott has something where at least he can keep the game in hand, where the Buffalo Bills offense can beat him out by points. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be something so out of control where, we need 40 something points to win. I don't see that happening. I feel like we hold Miami usually in that low 20 range. And if Buffalo scores 30, we got it, which I feel like we will.
I'm with you on that. Honestly, I think it also comes back to, I'm interested to see if the safeties are able to deploy the way we deployed Boyer to run that type of defense.
I'm with you there. I think this is the
here
test. It is. This is the
this is the
here
test.
It is. This is the motherfucking test, guys, for this safety room. Even DBs. I'm gonna say even DBs. They have a handful. Their hands full. This is it. And Dorian Williams too. I will throw his name out there too. The linebacker. So this is a big test for them. And Damar Hamlin as well. Like, let's see because Damar, I'm going to tell you right now, Damar struggled against the Dolphins a few years back. Really struggled playing them. So it
wasn't Damar. It was Johnson that struggled.
Damar was in there. He didn't play too hot either. And not that I saw.
The big one to Waddle was on Johnson. It wasn't on Damar.
No, I get you, but I watched back that game. Damar was in some bad positions as well. I didn't feel like, but remember, Damar was young, right? He was thrown in the mix. So I'm just throwing it out there. He's way
our secondary
mature.
Was young at that time, right? Because didn't we have? Wasn't that like Benford's first one, and we didn't have Trey back, and it was. Yeah,
very young. That's what I'm saying. Very young. Our leaders weren't out there. So Damar has grown since then. He's gotten better. He's worked with coach. But I got to see it again. Like, I got to see him against a much better offense than the Bengals, because the Bengals receivers are nothing compared to what we're going to see in Miami. So if they could prove that they could do what they did against the Bengals against the Dolphins, then guys, Mikey, we got something brewing in that safety room. That means it's working, and that's a great thing moving forward.
And if something's not going right, we do have Edwards and Bishop that we can, exchange if we need to. That's another piece of it.
I'm with you. And then you still got a veteran in Edwards. Yep. I'm with you.
Yep.
And Bishop, the young guy. So let's see what happens, guys. I'll be here pregame, just a heads up. 1 hour. I'm usually 1 hour before game time, so I'll be doing pregame. Me and Mikey will be on postgame. You know how we do, right after.
Yep.
Literally 5 minutes after the game ends.
I won't have a contractor come into my house Thursday night.
Yeah. Mikey won't have a contractor at his house.
He showed up way early. I don't know why he got here so early.
It's all right. So any last words, Mikey?
I'm excited. I think we talked about it before the season. Everything I saw from the Bills on Sunday, although I was frustrated in the first half, the second half makes me excited for this team. Like, we don't know what the ceiling is for this team. We have an idea of what the floor is, but it's different people, which brings a different vibe. Like, I knew what the Bills were when we had all those same core guys. I'm excited to see what this Bills team is going to be, and that makes me excited on game day.
I am with you. I'm also excited to see what they do against another really good team.
Yep.
And a division game.
A test.
I'm excited. Yes, you nailed it. This is a big test for this new team in a way.
Yep.
Like, it's not totally new, but there's a lot of new pieces and a lot of players that are now in different, now that they have their starting position, like Damar Hamlin, Cam Lewis. There's a lot of guys, Dorian Williams, and then on offense, you got, Connor McGovern at center now, David Edwards. There's a lot of changes that happen And it's just, it's exciting to see now this is the real test for all these guys. Keon Coleman, right? Khalil Shakir. Now he understands what his role is now. He's not just that dude that's not, going to get one catch a game. So yeah, I'm super excited to see what this new look team can do against the almighty Dolphins, number team that's going to win the division. Right? So everyone says, or the Jets who are losing tonight. It's a marathon, folks.
26-7 now.
Yeah, it's a marathon, folks. Right? I'm not even going to kill the Jets if they lose tonight. Okay, no. I'm not, because it's a long ass season. Yeah, here's one thing me and Mikey don't do. We may get a little hyper and excited when we win, or a little bit upset when we lose and freak out at certain times, but we also understand that it's a long ass season, right? And things can turn around or get better or even get worse. And that's why we don't sit here and talk trash and troll Dolphin and Jets fans. Like, that's not what we do, because it's a marathon and fans should learn that, right? Because a lot of teams like the Dolphins and Jets who are chasing us and been chasing us, their fan base should know better, because down the stretch, they continue to do the same thing, which is fall under pressure, lose games that they shouldn't lose, and the Buffalo Bills continue to show why they are still kings of the East. So let's go beat these Dolphins on Thursday, guys. Let's be first in the division like we normally are. And that's it. So any last words, Mikey, before we go?
Just excited. Can't wait for Thursday to get here.
Can't wait, man. A couple days away, really. A couple days away.
Yeah,
so
glad Josh is okay and ready to kick this thing off.
Thank God. Yes, thank God for that. Thank God for that, man. So, yeah, Bills Mafia, till next time. Real quick. So, tomorrow's wrestling at 7:30. Wednesday at 8 is Mafia Talk. They're going to be previewing the game as well. That's with Jay and Big Cuz. And then, of course, Thursday we'll be back here. So, until next time, Bills Mafia, we love you. And as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Ah.